Hello and welcome to Black Hair in the Big Leagues. I'm your host, Salisha Thomas. And y'all, ooh, it is hot in here. Let me tell you who we got on today. Y'all, I got some of my favorite boys. Oh my goodness. Together, we mounted that cute little first national tour of Beautiful, the Carole King Musical. And I didn't realize that I was going to love each and every one of these guys as much as I do. And so I can't wait to introduce them all to you. First up, we've got McKenzie. Welcome, Jay. He recently did the off-Broadway show Unknown Soldier. Of course, I know him from the Beautiful tour. He also got bumped up to the Broadway cast of Beautiful. I love his spirit, his soul, his silky, buttery voice. And he just released a single called The Witching Hour with Corey Giacomo, who we also did Beautiful on Broadway with. And I think it will be available on all the places where you can download songs, maybe not Tidal yet, but all the other places. Y'all, help me welcome Jay McKenzie. Whoa, that crowd goes wild.
Hi, thank you, Salisha.
Thank you for being here. I love you,
Of course.
baby.
I love you.
You love me too. Next up, we've got, y'all. Okay, so this next person is very special to me. He's from my alma mater. He's like superstar from Cal State Fullerton. He's literally played Simba every possible place you could play Simba. He is not just America's Simba, he's the world Simba. He's played Simba in The Lion King on Broadway, on tour, in the West End, in Vegas, in Korea. And I have just a sneaking suspicion if they do The Lion King anywhere else in the world, he will be getting a call. I also saw him in Motown on Broadway, and I was so thrilled that he invited me backstage. This is before I was in the Broadway community. He was like, come backstage. And he told me about Beautiful. And if it wasn't for him, I would not have gone to the freaking audition. Fast forward 5 freaking years later. We did the show together, not just on tour, but also on Broadway. Y'all help me welcome Dashaun Young.
Hi, Silly.
Hi.
Thank you.
I love you so much.
You.
I really have so much love for you.
Thank you, Silly.
All right, next up, we've got one of my favorites. We like to joke that he has seen my whole career. When I got my, what's it called? An equity card, he was there. We did Once on This Island together. I was Timoon, he was Daniel, and we looked at each other. I'm like, well, we the same skin color, but we just gonna pretend that that we are from different worlds. And when he got the first national tour of Beautiful, he called me up, his sweet little friend Salisha, and he said, Salisha, I just booked the first national tour of Beautiful, and I was so excited, and we celebrated, and then I said, me too. And we went on tour together. I love me some Paris. We both also did the Broadway company of Beautiful. And then one day he pulled me aside and said that he would be starring as Lafayette in Hamilton in Chicago. Y'all help me welcome Paris Nix.
Hey, how y'all doing? What's up? My name is Now Hey, y'all, Paris.
Shut up. I love you, Paris. And also
forever.
You love me forever? Is that what you said?
No, your intro is hilarious. Thank you.
I love you so much. And if you guys haven't already listened to his music that he has dropped, it is the bomb. You can just type in Paris Nix. I'm sure it will come up. Love Letter and No One But You. It's the bomb, biggity bomb. Next up, we've got Oh my goodness. I believe he is one of the top 10 hottest men on Broadway. Honey, if you swung my way, I would shoot my shot. Y'all, before we went on tour, I believe he was already in Beautiful on Broadway, and then he helped mount the first national tour of Beautiful. Y'all, seriously, his voice is, it is so silky that you're like, is that real? Is that real? And his face, his smile, I'm like, my mouth is watering just looking at him on the screen. In addition to tour and Beautiful on Broadway, he also was in the original Broadway cast of Frozen. And talk about starting somewhere and going somewhere. Before this pandemic, he was leading the cast as Kristoff. Y'all help me welcome Noah Ricketts.
Thank you, Salisha. What a beautiful introduction. Hi, guys. I'm Noah.
Hi. Hi, Noah. Thanks for being here. Hi.
Thanks for having me.
And last but not least, oh, you know what? We've got fam in the house. Y'all, this man has a special place in my heart. I believe we are cousins stemming back from the roots of Arkansas. Y'all, his spirit, his aura, his groundedness it really puts a smile on my face and on my heart. Just being in his presence, it really makes a person feel seen and at home. And obviously he's as talented gets. We met, oh, I got it. It's not Corona. God help me. We met doing the first national tour of Beautiful, the Carole King Musical. Yes, he bumped up to the Broadway cast of Beautiful, the Carole King Musical. And I also saw him slaying in the off-Broadway production of Cyrano, which I kept calling Carano, but it is Cyrano. And he is also a member of the bomb freaking band, Britain and the Sting. Y'all help me welcome Josh Dawson.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. Thank you for coming, you guys. What's up?
Woohoo!
How are you guys doing? I know we've had a crazy week.
Better since the election.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm
since
happy
that.
about the results.
Yeah.
It feels like a release has happened.
A release. Where is everybody? I know, Josh, you're in California. Noah?
Yeah.
I'm in New York.
Dashaun's in New York. I'm in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Nice.
I'm in Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
Get it. And
So cool.
I'm in New York right now.
okay, y'all. Ooh, we're just like all over the United States, and we're just joined in this cute little Zoom room. Thank you guys for joining me. I just have a few questions, and you know what? We might be here for 15 minutes, and we might be here for 45 minutes, maybe an hour. And so I just have a few questions. I've been sitting down. Thank you guys for coming on Black Hair in the Big Leagues. I've been sitting down with a lot of women, a lot of Black women for this show and asking all the questions, because a Black woman's hair journey is endless. Literally, you can ask the same question to 20 freaking girls and they're all going to have different experiences. And so I think it's really interesting to hear a male perspective, especially since I kind of saw a little bit of the things that you guys had to do while we were in Beautiful. And it definitely was more intricate than I would have expected for a man. So first of all, just for starters, I want to know how many of you guys got your hair done before doing this podcast?
Got it done.
Got
Well,
it.
I was just in the bathroom oiling my scalp myself before I came on.
No, I got a fade for you, Salisha.
Thank you. I was
That's for you.
Gab texted me. She was like, "Oh, that's why Jay got a haircut today." You look bomb. You look bomb.
Hey, you do.
haircut, so that's why we have.
Yeah.
That.
I'm in a hat club too. My guy's backed up, so I'm waiting to get in until next week to get my fade. So I'm sorry about that, Salisha.
No, no, you guys all look good. And I just want to know, like, maybe it really is a simple thing, but maybe it's not. And so I just want to get down to the bottom of it. And how have you guys been doing in this pandemic do you guys have a garage barber? Have you been meeting your barber in the park? Like, have you been doing it yourself?
It's been really hard here in LA. Like, most barbers charge like a base of like $50-$60, which is almost double what we barbershop. I'm obviously the pandemic has hit industries like that, salons, barbershops, really, really hard. They rely on cash. They rely on, tips, things like that. So they have to upcharge, and then it affects us. So honestly, a majority of this pandemic, I've been like, I'm not going anywhere. It's not for a self-tape where I can't just edge myself up. I'm like, I'm not going to spend money on a haircut. I'm not going anywhere. I'm barely wearing drawers. You hear me?
Right.
I'm pantsless right now.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
No, that's real.
I got my hair cut by my friend's husband, a white guy. We watched so many YouTube videos because we were like, you couldn't go to anybody at the time. So this is at the top of the pandemic. And so we watched so many YouTube videos. It was probably like a 4-hour haircut for a very, very bad fade. I'm not gonna lie. But like,
what? Wait, 4 hours?
It was so long because we were like, he really was committed to getting it right. And I didn't have any choice but to trust, like I look crazy. At a certain point, you're like, I can't take it anymore. When the sides go beyond like an inch, you're like, oh my God. So I just had to give in, and I did. And he really wanted to get it right. And, we tried, but I now have a deeper appreciation for barbers because that shit is not easy. Not easy at all. At all, especially those fades. Whew, no.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So that's my pandemic hair.
What was
You
that?
doing yourself?
I tried to do a little myself, and it was hard. And then I just decided to let it grow up because I don't want to touch it again. I just wanted to let it do its thing and not even worry about it. So
it looks good.
It looks great though. Yeah.
it's good. Moisture.
Moisturize.
Yeah.
You look moisturized. Come on. You look cool.
Dashaun, how many hair products you got in that
Okay,
house?
don't start. Don't start.
Probably as much as I do. That's just turn your camera off.
2 or 3.
2 or 3.
You're lying.
2 or 300.
That's
I
wait.
started cutting my hair in April. That's when I was like, I can't look at myself. And I think it's maybe I've been getting fades like the majority of my life. So I think I kind of absorbed a lot of it. And I thought pretty good until like the sides. Ooh, it took me like 2 hours, but the sides look great. And then I edited a self-tape and I turned around and I saw the back. An apple.
It's the word.
So you've been doing it
Tip your
yourself?
barbers.
Yeah, tip them.
Wow.
Tip them.
And what about you, Pear?
Well, during the pandemic, I mean, I learned how to do the top of my hair from like having to be able to like put it under a wig and like, I mean, I don't know if you remember Lisa on The Beautiful tour,
Yes.
but yeah, she like, taught me how to do that. But like the sides was a different story. They like literally came out like this far. And I was walking around looking like a crazy old like Elmer Fudd. And so
We've settled on T-Bars. That's what you're saying.
What you say?
You settled on the T-Bars.
I settled on the T-Bars. And then I contacted Josh, who was in New York, and he found somebody when like things like eased up a little bit. So he told me about his barber. So I ended up having I was staying in Philly for the first half of the pandemic. So I ended up having to like come to Philly, get my hair cut. But it was after a long while, and he threw me so much shade, that barber. He was like, how long has it been? I was like, sir, don't I just came here to get my hair cut. Like I don't need all that.
Well, okay, so I feel like you guys have kind of answered my next question, which is like when I think, oh, good hair days and bad hair days, I really think that it's just like a female thing. But like, do guys have bad hair days?
Yes, and you know what they say about
Yeah.
men's hair? They say men's hair is like women's makeup. Like if your hair is out of whack, you just look all out of whack. But like if you got your hair cut, you suddenly feel like glam
Right.
and like ready. Isn't that? I think that's very true.
I've never heard that.
Yeah.
My skin also clears up whenever I get a good haircut.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
wow.
Yeah, I think it's because there's less. I have oily skin, so there's less oil because there's less hair holding the oil.
That makes sense.
So yeah.
Okay.
And they also like do your face sometimes, like, you know.
Right.
Your skin clears up. You
Yeah, Salisha, I have lots of bad days.
you
I'm just learning how to do this. This is the first time in my life I really grew out my hair, so it's like a learning process the longer it gets. But yeah,
Dashaun, it's
some
such a
days
journey.
it just does what it wants, and there's nothing I can do about it.
so okay.
And I am so proud of you, Dashaun, because I feel like we were there at the Genesis.
You remember that when I first started, and I was like, I'm not gonna cut my hair.
And you were like, "What do I do? I'm from California."
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know what you guys are talking about, and I would like to know a little bit. So, would you say that you have like a hair journey?
Dashaun?
Yeah, Dashaun.
Yes, but yes.
Can I hear it? Let's hear this.
I mean, I used to get fades all the time. So my hair was super short my whole life, and doing beautiful, my hair was super short. And I don't remember what, I feel like it was Paris and Josh and like just talking to people in the dressing room about hair and like growing out and stuff. And I was like, well, I don't even know what mine would look like grown out. And that put the idea of like, well, maybe I should see what happens. And so I did it. And by the time I left Beautiful, it was almost a year of not cutting my hair. And then I went over to Korea to do the show, so that worked out well. And I just kept up with it and then came back, and here we are. And so now I've cut the sides since then, but I haven't cut the top now in about 3.5, 4 years.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah, crazy.
And
When you're doing a show, it makes it easier.
I'm sure.
Because
But
the
it must be
wigs.
harder too, to always do it out of the wig cap and stuff. Like,
Oh, I mean, it makes it easier to hide that awkward stage. You know what I mean? Where you're like short to like not fully there, because you wear a wig every day, and then you're like, okay, but then you put that hat on right after, so you can hide the stages there.
Right.
So that's absolutely a thing. Are you? Would you say that you're enjoying the process? Is it difficult? Is it like?
there are times that I love it. It's when I'm not thinking about it. I'm somewhere and then I see a picture and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, that's so true. Like, and so then I get excited about it. There's so many days where it's not doing what I want it to do that I'm like, I'm gonna cut it tomorrow. So it just kind of, but I do like it. I just am learning, and I have to be patient with that and know that it'll come.
Right on. And I feel like you guys, I mean, women have this option too, but like for guys, I feel like it's almost much easier if you decide you're just done with it. You literally can just shave it off and be like, whatever, if you're just done with it. But you guys like do have your hair game and all the things. How is that for wig prep in a show?
Tricky.
Why is it tricky?
Well, I went through something when I did my show, because like when I got my wig made, it was for very short hair. So I mean, like, when they weft the wig, there's barely anything there. It's like the wig cap that really makes it look like it's full. And so as I was like, oh, I want to grow my hair out, and I've been doing the show for 3 years, it got to a point where that wig wasn't sitting so well because it's made so tight to the skull. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So then you get into the fight of like, well, I'm wearing a wig, but like, I said I was going to grow my hair out. It's like kind of the same thing I think that girls go through in terms of having the freedom of your own hair, but also doing your job and wearing the wig. So I found that to be my experience, the little, tussle with the wig people.
When you do okay, and I have questions for all y'all, but for those of you guys with longer hair, do you have a wig prep? What do you do? What is your wig prep?
Well,
I usually do twists.
Yeah.
Twist, and then
like a flat, like usually I do 6. Now there have been times when I have been running late and I've done like a chunky 4, and then I get sassed and then it's like shrunk and my wig's like floating on top of my head. But I usually, if I take like 15 or 20 like solid minutes and get it moisturized and like really stretch it, and I get like 6 tight ones, it's like I don't even have hair on underneath my wig.
And then do you like pin curl it, or do you just make it flat?
Oh no, I just like a cornrow, but just like twisting it down.
Got it.
Pin curls. Woo.
I know.
My hair would look nuts.
That's what I did too. I did that for Beautiful. Well, I had like kind of like the same thing as Noah. Like before, like I was growing it out, and then it got to a point where my wig was floating on top of my head, and so I had to have Lisa come and teach me. Like I literally got a mannequin head from the store with curly hair, and learned how to like.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah,
what was her name?
I'll pull that around.
Oh, what did it had a name, didn't it? The mannequin had a name.
And it used to be just sitting in the dressing room.
Yeah, just like staring at people. It was very weird. But I had them travel it for me, and so yeah, I learned how to like do that from Lisa. And then for the rest of the show, I just had my hair like a flat four flat twists to the back. I'm in Hamilton now though, so I have like 2 different hairstyles that I do. So I have in Chicago they had 2 wigs for me. But now I have 1 wig because I didn't, the opposite. Chicago, I had 1 wig. Now I have 2 wigs because I didn't want to wear my hair out anymore. It's just like too much to do it for the show, and I didn't have enough time to switch.
Right.
In between, so yeah.
And I do have just a follow-up question about that. Is the wigs that you have, are they based on your hair, or I'm picturing Daveed Diggs? Does it look like his hair? Like, what does it look like?
No, they based it on my hair, like what I wanted to do with it, basically.
That's awesome.
In the show, everybody has like different hair, and
which is really badass.
Yeah.
Okay, and so for you, Josh and Dashaun, and I know some of these things because I have been in the show with you guys for years, but just so people can hear, like, what do you do for your wig prep? How do you get that wig to stay on top of your head? What y'all do?
I mean, the boys will attest. There is no preparation that happens with my show. I'll give you a couple lip twirls, but my prep for my show is just being in the shower at places. So really it's just like throwing on my wig cap and hoping for the best.
No,
there have been several times that my wig is halfway off of my head during locomotion. Several times.
Fan though, right?
I mean, my head sweats. I mean, we all did the show with Melvin. Like, there's nothing anchoring that down when you have short hair, and a majority of the time, like, my hair has been short. It did help, like, the first year on tour. I think all of us did the tour. So remember when they were making us grow our own hair?
Oh,
what?
I know. Some of you didn't have that.
This.
And like,
we had to grow out afros, and listen, I'm in my 30s now, so like my hair has like gotten to a certain length, and then there's no growth.
You were the only one that did it, weren't you? You were the only one.
No, I had to do it.
Oh, you did it too?
Okay. Was I the only one?
I made it work for me though. I didn't quite have an afro. I would get it scissor cut, so it still had like, I looked like Gerald from Hey Arnold, kind of.
That's awesome.
But I made it. It was cute.
Yeah.
But you're right. And I do remember this, Josh, that you had to grow out an actual fro for quite a while. You were on tour. And I remember you saying, like, how am I supposed to go to the club with this?
And can we specify mini fro? And that is not cute anywhere in this point in time. So we just want to specify as a mini fro, like a little, like this big.
And then
afro was cute, but like,
yeah.
Then they gave you those toupee clips, that rip your hair out of your head. They do. To keep your mic in. You know that, Salisha?
No, what is that?
When you use your real hair, they have these clips and they're super strong. I think they're called toupee clips, and they're attached to the cord of your mic. You put them in your hair. If you get snagged on anything, and I mean anything, your scalp is bald. Like you're pulling out so much hair. They are
And
so
even
strong.
if you don't get snags, it's like putting it in the same spot every day.
Yeah.
Like rips your eventually rips. There's a bald spot there
Wow,
eventually.
So many boys have spots everywhere. Like I see sometimes, like my friend had it on the side of his head for a show for a year. He still got a spot. It just doesn't. It's just done.
Did you guys?
Or I would start to get like a receding. What do they call these? The corners, because of the hairband.
Yeah, the hairband.
I think Rebecca told me to start. She was like, put some oil on it before you put your hairband on, and then it stopped.
The hairband. So the
Mhm.
hairband helps for the what goes.
To
That's
pin-
where the pins go.
Right.
Yeah, you have short hair.
And you
And
guys,
those
hairband, I feel like
short
rubs
hair,
too.
like that's where we put our mic. So like I put my
put the
hair
hair
around
right.
and slide my mic through that.
got it. And you guys were all nodding your head when Noah was talking about the toupee clips. Have you guys all used those? Oh,
Yeah, and I refuse now. No.
Yeah.
wow.
No way.
We know better.
Yeah, you'll just be bald. Like if they are so strong, they rip everything.
See, this is the thing about you guys know I love me some Broadway. I think it's the best thing in the world. I freaking love it. But I didn't realize that it was the same for girls or guys as it was for girls. It's like putting those pins in and the fast changes. It's like having a wig on your head 8 times a week with people like nailing in these, whatever the toupee clips. It is really hard on anybody's hairline. It is hard on anybody's hair.
Yeah.
So
I'm still trying to get it back. I've been out of beautiful for a year.
you
It's
said
gone.
you're trying to get it back.
My hairline is gone. It's snatched.
It's hard.
It's snatched.
It'll
So-
come back.
With that said, you guys, would you prefer to be in Paris? You did touch on this a little bit. Would you prefer to not be wigged, or would you prefer to be wigged? Would you prefer to have the microphone in a different place? Like, what do you guys want?
Wig.
Wig.
Yeah, I think a wig probably, or it would depend on the style that you wore your hair in the show.
Yeah.
Like I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna
unless
draw
it
an
was
afro or
this,
anything like that.
it would have to be wig.
Dashaun, what did you do, or what do you do whenever you play Simba? Where does that microphone go? Do you have to have toupee clips in that?
So no, that's in the mask. The mic is in the mask, but I still have to prep it as if I'm wearing a wig. They form it to your head like a wig, basically. And so when it gets too long, they start yelling that the mask isn't sitting right. It's not doing what it's supposed to. So I usually just put a bunch of gel in my hair as soon as I get there and just comb it, slick it all the way back, and then put it on the wig cap. And then
Got it.
Yeah.
So
I will say that I think like one of the differences between the girls and the guys on Broadway is that the facial hair thing is definitely a thing for us when it comes to
hair Broadway.
when it comes to when they want us to shave it clean off. For Black guys, for me at least, I know for me, I cannot shave as much as they would like me to. I can't shave every day. It will ruin my skin. I'll get ingrown hairs everywhere because when you have curly hair, it creates ingrown hairs underneath your skin.
Right.
So I think a lot of people don't understand. A lot of the people of the caucus persuasion, they don't understand that we just can't.
So here's the thing. I'm so sorry to laugh, but I remember all those days that I would show up to work and I'm like, you have a full beard under that foundation on your face.
Paris used to pound that makeup on.
Talk about beat in my face, okay? Beat.
Like
Beat.
to try to
And then I
hide
would
the
just
hair.
go right to the club, like,
And then the light would hit it and it looked like crazy peach fuzz. It looked insane.
I look like a redhead.
So do you guys all agree? Is that true for everybody? Shaving your face daily or every other day is kind of rough?
Yeah, we went through that.
Very rough.
And the more you shave, the more you have to shave. So it just like gets worse. Like I can shave maybe once a week and have like a 5 o'clock shadow and that be like you.
Right.
But when you have to shave, when they're like literally inspecting you and then you have to shave every 4 days, then you start to have to shave every like 2.5 days.
Right.
And then like you turn into like this grown ass man who has to shave like every other day.
And I'm like,
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, even in this pandemic, I've not been able to get waxes. So I like shave my mustache and then it grows back so freaking fast. I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So I'm like, only imagine for you guys.
That's exactly right.
It's exactly.
Yeah.
But doing beautiful is what made me grow a beard for Frozen, because I would shave that whole time and I could not grow a beard at all. But then you keep doing it and it just gets harder and harder. So it grows. So it actually helped me for the next show. But I know it literally does grow back so much faster and thicker when you shave every day, or like every 3 days. It's crazy.
That is crazy. And I'm looking at you guys all right now, and all of you guys, like, your facial hair is so cute. I'm like, dang, it's hot in
Wait,
here.
is anyone clean shaven?
No, everyone's traumatized.
Oh,
Can
we
you
can't-
see us,
can't be
Jay?
on.
Can you what?
Sorry?
Can you
Oh,
see
you
us?
know I got that lined up for you. Fresh.
Okay, I think that's a really great point. Is there any solution around that, or is it just what it is for Broadway? Is there
I
any
know
solution?
Tin Skin.
No, I
I
think
know
the
Tin
product
Skin worked
yeah.
for Josh, right?
Yeah, tin skin.
Yeah.
It's great.
What is that, Josh?
It's a a product that literally burns your face. It just burns out and cleans out your pores.
Chemicals.
It probably causes cancer long term, and it smells like nail polish. And it just
Nail for
essentially,
days.
like whatever this chemical is, it cleans out your pores. So like it
It's
forces,
rid of that bump.
like, yeah, it just really, it helps with ingrown hairs and razor bumps, but it cannot be good for us.
It
I mean,
can't be good for you, but it does the job. What is it called? Tin skin?
tin
Tin
skin.
skin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
TEND.
Oh, but Salisha,
What?
there's
For
also
me,
a
I just-
difference, I guess, while we're on this, we should say, with like, I can't shave with a straight razor at all. We're talking about like electric razor shaving. Straight razor is not happening
Yeah.
ever again.
Most black men,
Mhm.
actually.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just-
Yeah.
So,
just
no.
It's not a thing.
Yeah.
Our hair is too curly, and that it's a wrap.
Yeah.
So it
Oh,
has to
yeah.
be an electric razor.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We all got them on tour. Remember they tried to give us shavers, like those cheap Walgreens one, and we gave
Yeah,
them back. And we were like, no, we need razors.
We need some
And
Yeah.
you guys, actually, you just made me think of something. And I thought, because I have a feeling, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but being Black men doing Broadway shows or just on any kind of show schedule, I feel like that would be a little bit different when it comes to getting routine haircuts in a show. If you have to get a routine haircut, how is that different for you guys? Do you go to the people in the show? Why not? Somebody speak on it.
We started doing that on tour, and
Oh, I didn't do that.
I quickly realized that, you know, that super cut, that super cut lineup was it was
Was not too super.
Not the super cut lineup. And why was that? Like, what's the issue?
Well, they have their license to cut hair, but they don't actively cut hair. They're wig people, like they're wig specialists. So they're not well seasoned in giving fades or lineups. So it's I'm thinking sometimes.
No. They know how to cut hair. See, Salisha, I'm glad you brought this up because this is
Which they?
They know
Which
how to
they?
cut hair. They know how to give a Jerry Goffin a cute cut.
Oh,
Very
yes,
man.
yes,
No.
you're right,
Know
you're
how to
right,
cut
you're right.
different kinds
Speak
of
on
hair.
it.
And
Yeah.
then so it makes, this is every show I really just have to get on a platform. Every show I've ever done in my professional life, I have always had to have an uncomfortable conversation with the hair department because I always have something modern, AKA not a weird short fro or like conked hair because this is not 1934. So
Yeah.
the show I just did, beautiful show, it was set in World War I. They asked me if I would get a relaxer.
Oh.
I said, surely not.
not an escrow box.
A whole relaxer.
Said truly
No.
not.
They wanted you to get a relaxer.
said- Yeah, and then I was like, well, I optioned. I was like, I can't do that because that's permanent and I don't want to damage my hair, but I'll get a sew-in that will look like what you want, but that'll cost you, I mean, that'll cost like $200. And they didn't want, so anyway, I say this all to say, a lot of times, men of color in theater, there's just like a different bar in so many ways. There's always a different bar, but when I had to wear my natural hair, I had to find a barber in every city and I had to bring them a picture of a natural haircut from 1960 and asked for a receipt. And I don't know if you've been to a barber, but every time you ask for a receipt, you get a piece of cardboard. Someone's uncle wrote a receipt. I had to ask for a receipt and get it reimbursed.
Literally.
Every time I got a haircut, I had to get it reimbursed, and it would just frustrate me seeing my white counterparts not dealing with that issue.
And the problem with that.
Go ahead.
Paris?
Oh, no, I was just going to say the problem. I feel like the problem with that is it even stems deeper than just like them not knowing how to cut black hair. When they go to school, when these, when hairdressers go to school, when wig people go to school and they learn how to cut hair, it's like one of the things that they don't learn that's like extracurricular is black hair. Like that's like not in their main curriculum.
It's so extracurricular.
They learn
extracurricular.
I learned this from my friend who's like, a stylist. He says it's really not in their main curriculum. So all these people who are coming out of hair school, getting jobs, they never had to take a class with ethnic hair, with curly hair, with, hair that has, zigzags and curls and things like that. So, you really have to, sometimes you just have to find a black person because they have your hair and they've had to, by default, learn how to do it,
Wow.
We definitely,
so
we definitely have to have those skill sets, and that's what's unfortunate.
Yeah, exactly.
We have our stuff. And
right.
So Josh, you're saying like as a black people, when we're asked to learn something, we have to learn something for black people and for everybody else.
For sure. And definitely if you're in the hair, wardrobe, wig department, like the skill sets for anyone in the creative performing arts you have to sort of be a chameleon if you are a person of color, but definitely for those people, they have to be able to cut white people's hair. It is a prerequisite to getting a job. But most of them, like Paris said, they don't have the skill set to be able to give fades and give lineups and things like that, or even the knowledge of like giving us products on how to keep our hair healthy. They're clueless to it, and it puts us at such a disadvantage because we have to leave the theater.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Like, really more of a, like a systematic thing. That's the problem, you know. More as a systematic thing. It needs to come from a big change, putting it into the curriculum so people come out knowing how to cut our hair and get, at the jobs that we're at.
Right.
Yeah.
So, because it's not only a problem with Broadway, it's a problem with film and television also. It's a problem in all entertainment, They just don't, know how to do it.
So all of you guys, when it's time to get your haircuts in a show, especially on tour or wherever, you guys have all gone off site to get somebody else in the city, some random barber, or go to your own. Yeah.
You find a black person at the gym, at the grocery store. Where'd you get that fade?
Yeah. When I Sydney DuPont cut my hair one time on tour.
Come on. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Sydney DuPont.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
How'd it go?
He's still recovering.
I don't have a
Sydney, we love you. If you listen,
we love you, Sydney.
With love.
But Salisha, I realized too, like we were so spoiled to have Miss Lisa on tour. Like that was a chameleon in herself. Like a black wig supervisor. I've never seen that my whole damn life. And then I didn't realize until I got to Frozen, I had, remember Angie Gerbasi, right? Yes. So she did Frozen, which was so good, but she was my wig person. So when I would come in, she would get my afro together. I would look real good. But the days that she wasn't there, oh my Lord, a basic afro, nothing, no texture, nothing special, just basic mini fro would look like 12 Years a Slave. I mean, they would really just mess this up. I'm like, I'm supposed to be a prince out here and y'all don't know how to just do this?
Wow.
So my thing is, how do you let a wig get dry?
No,
like what elements are you
wigs are hard to upkeep, remember? Because they would wash them and I'd have like alopecia all across like the top. And we were like,
nobody was as bad as Melvin. Melvin.
Oh, that was
crazy. Like,
what is up with that? That a wig can lose hair. You're supposed to go to work to put your hair on, but if the wig you got to put on got alopecia, what you're supposed to do?
Because that wig is 5 years old, and it was somebody else's. That's why.
And they're expensive. When I went out on tour, they gave me little Michael Jackson's wig from Motown the musical. I had a child's wig on my head falling off. So they don't want to pay. That's why. That's why there's alopecia.
Now I will say sometimes they'll get lucky and have someone like Bobby Pins who will lay a wig and who understands, who has studied Black hair and who treasures it and understands it and appreciates it. But that's very, very rare.
If you guys could come up with any, and you don't have to have the answer, because you know what, frankly, it's really not your job, but it is your problem. If there was a solution, it's okay if you don't have the answer. What would the solution be to this, so that if you do go back out on tour and you don't have your barber, or if you are in a Broadway show and you need to get a fade, what is your dream scenario?
Hire more Black people.
Yeah, or not, just to have a supervisor and an assistant that can actually do all the hair for everyone on the show.
Yeah.
To have a Lisa.
Have a Lisa. Or what about, because maybe not every show, I mean, would you guys be okay if somebody came in once every other week? Like someone,
if you set that up,
yeah.
Like
to teach?
Either to teach, or like if there weren't, if there weren't enough Black people, like, I don't know.
Well, at the fundamental level, it's about skill set, right? Like we as actors have to be able to sing pop music and legit. We have to be chameleons in our facet of the creative art. If you are working on hair, it is inconceivable to me that you can only do one skin pigmentation's hair. So to answer your question, I would like in the hiring process, don't hire people that are not well-rounded. Just like you would never hire an actor who can't do his job. Yeah, they can't do locomotion, but they can sing and stuff. Like, we need well-rounded people in every aspect of the theater. You demand it of us, so it should be demanded for everyone.
And maybe something that
they'll start doing that.
Right. Something that could be even, it's crazy to me that how, if I'm in a show and I have to have my natural hair that I go about into the world as, and I have to have that maintained, it is absurd to me that that should be on the actor to go into whatever city you're in and find someone. And I've gotten sass from people who will be like, I don't cut from pictures, or like, and then what am I supposed to do? Like, it gets under my skin that there is only one pigmentation of actor who that happens to.
Yes.
And it's a very easy fix.
And what if you're in a city that is not a city that likes
I think it should be on the producer to workshop and do some research and find
someone
some
out
people.
for that.
Fly someone out.
I'm still with the like having Elisa come in and teach whoever needs to be taught every other week or whatever, or revamp up.
Would you guys trust the people if they are just getting like a quick lesson in how to do a fade? Would you be okay with going to them?
I want to see the mannequin first.
No, that's a whole different.
No, I would not.
I need to see Instagram. What's the handle?
Bring the mannequin in.
Bring the mannequin. Show me the Instagram handle.
But Salisha, to that point, I think the bigger problem is there hasn't been enough Black people or diversity in shows for this to be a problem. So it's like now we're just seeing it. Like if there was a whole cast of Black people or Black and brown people, they would have to address this problem. But it's always the one-off. It's always just Jay in a show or
the token.
You know what I mean? The token. So they don't have to deal with it. I think that's also a part of it. It's like hire Black people to be in the shows and hire well-rounded people to deal with their hair and accept their experience. So I think it's like twofold in terms of employment for sure.
I think that's fantastic.
Especially a show like Beautiful, where the predominant skin color in the cast is Black. You know what I mean? Like, they could have been addressing us at the top because we make up the majority.
Wow.
Right.
And one other question before we move on, in terms of products backstage, has that ever been a thing?
Dashaun?
It's a trap. I mean, on every other show I've done, no, not for my hair. On Lion King, yes, of course, they have great products for Black people, but on other shows, no. Like, you just bring in your own stuff, and maybe sometimes you get reimbursed, maybe sometimes you don't, but
Whoa.
Yeah, for Hamilton, they have so many products back there.
They do?
I was like, okay, well, I walked in not thinking they were going to have anything, and I was like, oh, so I use this for this, and this was like, oh, like, we have that, we have all that right there, and they had like more in the brand that I
because they got Black people in that show.
I know.
I talked to some of the women in Hamilton and different productions of it, and they were saying how they just signed on with like a Black-owned hair company, so they're like bringing in those products. I'm like, that's great.
That just happened because we kind of little think about what needs to happen. So.
It really does make a difference, I think, as a woman walking into a hair room and seeing like edge control. You guys have edge control, like, or just like products that I would use because it's always
beauty supply store.
Yeah. I'm used to seeing products for the white girls, and I know how to use those, and I'm used to using them. But it would be nice to see some things that I would actually use. Okay.
My favorite is when you get those tiny goodie combs. Those little black.
Yes.
How am I supposed to pull that through my hair? To be like, here, this for detangling.
Right.
Yeah, right.
That's for pulling my
ball.
Hair out. Okay.
Rip it out.
What am I supposed to do with that? Okay, so I have a couple questions for you guys in a different arena a little bit. I want to know from you guys, what does it mean to you to be presentable?
Great question. That's a really great question, Salisha.
Thanks, Josh.
Can I preface by saying, before I have an answer, I think that is one of the questions I've actually had to ask myself in this time period. What it means to pull up that thing in me that, like, my parents, my dad specifically, taught me about going into the world and looking presentable as a Black man. I've been confronted with and unpacking a lot about, like, where does this thing, whatever this thing is in me that exists, that causes me to put on something that is fraudulent. I've realized that I've overdeveloped this idea of being a chameleon, being able to fit in different spaces, and I have lost I've lost touch with reality. I've lost touch with my most authentic self. And this time period has really caused me to just sit my ass down, slow down, do some reflection, do some meditation about, like, who is Josh Toney? Who is this person that, like, I feel like I haven't had a conversation with in 30 years? Like, who is this person at the fundamental level? Why do I need to pull up? Why do I need to lie? Why do I need to, they say fake it till you make it. Well, when you've overdeveloped that, it's like you don't know what the reality is. And that, it feels like I have really had to ask myself that. What am I? What am I without, you all know me. Like, I put on suits. I love to, like, pull the fuck up.
Yeah.
But I've also realized that, like, I was doing that because it was insecurity. Because my dad taught me that, like, if I don't go into a lot of all white spaces or spaces where I'm the only one that looks like me, I take the weight on of everyone that looks like me. And I have realized that in those spaces, when I do look better, people treat me differently. So I've even seen, like, the proof of my inauthenticity, and that sucks as well.
Yeah.
You better preach tonight.
That is real, Josh.
It's been a hard time.
Well, I grew up going to church a lot. I went to church all the time. So I always had, like, a great appreciation for suits. And my dad taught me, my grandfather was a tailor on Savile Row in London in the literal 20s. So he taught my dad everything he knew. And I learned how to use a shirt board and how to, like, fix my own cuffs and put buttons back on. So I have an appreciation for suits. But my dad would say, pulling up, being presentable is a pressed Sunday suit, your Sunday best. And I don't know, I kind of, like Josh, I had to sort of uncondition myself of that thinking, because not everybody has a suit. Sometimes you can only be what is your best. So I guess if I had to answer that, I would say whatever is clean and whatever your best is. I don't want to say, for me, a pull-up, a presentable is a fresh lineup, whether that be like with a beard, my hair is longer, whatever. It's just like a fresh cut. And then it brings everything else together. But not everyone has time or money for a $30 haircut. So I would say it's just the best, whatever you can do in that moment. That is your best, the best that you can bring to the table.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think
Paris?
for me, it always was like I think my mom always used to tell me, like, you know, for me, presentable means, when the first thing that comes to mind is like a haircut. I don't know why, that just sticks out to me, a haircut. And I think that I always had like the same style of like hair when I was younger. I always had like a Caesar until like my, like, I want to say, till I started growing it out and beautiful, honestly. And the reason why I wanted to grow it out is because I had the same cut the whole time. And I was asking myself, why did my parents always give me the same haircut? Why did I then continue that on? Why did I never experiment with like growing my hair out or like anything like that? And I came to realize it was because I don't think anybody really ever, like, I didn't know how to do my own hair because I'd never grown it out before. Nobody already taught me how to do that. There's like a stigma about it being like big, and there's a stigma about like the way that it looks. And when I started to grow it out and do it myself, it became like a self-care ritual for myself to learn how to like just like learn how to do it, learn to love it, learn to care for it. And it became something that was like really fulfilling for me. So I guess I say all that to say that I feel like presentable now to me is however you want to present yourself to the world.
Okay.
Because before presentable, I had like, you know, I need to have a haircut, I need to, you know, have this, and this. Then I'm presentable. But now for me, it's like every day I wake up, okay, how do I want to present myself in the world? And it's not ever the same as the day before, I feel like, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I kind of agree with Paris.
Okay.
I think it's like, for me, it's a base level of just like taking some care into what you look like. It's not dressing up or to feel fancy or anything like that. I'm from California, and we wear flip flops and sandals and go to the beach, and you know, and that can be presentable as well. So I think for me, it's a matter of just like taking the time, making sure you look good, making sure you're not wrinkled, things like that, and then just presenting yourself well as you step out the house, whether it's in a ball cap and gym clothes or whether it's in a suit.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I would echo off that. I'm from Kentucky, and so, you know, presentable is very different there. Like, people just come as they are, and that's like ingrained into like how everyone like works, you know, lives and works and breathes. You know, they wear the same thing that they wear to work, to a funeral, to a wedding, to a whatever. And so to a lot of people that can be like, oh God. But at the same time, it's authentic to them. And so I think I've picked that up like since childhood. I always like kind of dress for the mood that I'm in. Like, if I'm hungover, I'm wearing a hoodie to whatever is happening. And if I feel like being glam, I'm going to put on a suit. And so I think with that, I'm happy that I took that away as my idea of presentable, right? Just being like authentic to how I'm feeling in that moment, for sure.
Okay, so I'm looking at the 5 of you guys, and I'm like, I realize that I just asked this question to 5 of the most stylish, well-groomed men that I know. Like, you guys, I feel like it just comes naturally for you guys to walk out the house and look the bomb. And so I'm like, that is a real thing. But I do appreciate all of your answers. And I want to know, like, is it possible for a Black man to have big hair and to be presentable by like other people's standards? What do you think?
It's fine with me. It's fine with me, baby.
Yeah, I wish I could say that the obvious answer is yes, they should be able to do that, but I think it depends on your geographic location. I think it depends on your occupation. I think it depends on so many different factors. All of the people on this Zoom are very privileged to be even in a profession that embraces some form of authenticity.
Right.
We're not working in corporate America where we have to wear the same colors, where like only until a couple years ago, they just passed a law where kids had to go to school and legally they could tell you to go home if you had cornrows. Like that was legal in this country. So
that's crazy.
We're privileged in that way. So, but I do come from a neighborhood, and I think some people on this Zoom can attest to that. Like, if I looked a certain way, I wouldn't be able to walk into certain auditions. If I looked a certain way, if I talked a certain way, if I listened to a certain type of music, I would not be embraced by the collective. And that's the reality. And that is, I think, what we're all trying to change. We want everybody to walk into a space and feel their most authentic self and only do things that fuel that.
Yeah.
That's not a privilege that everyone has, unfortunately.
So wait. Have any of you guys ever had to change something about yourself before going into an audition as like a man? Have you ever done that? Like,
this is a very interesting question, because I found over the years that when I was younger, I always tried to do that. I always tried to go into the audition room and be like, okay, what do they want? What should I wear? What should my hair be like? What type of song should I bring in? Which is, important still, obviously.
Yeah.
But I found that as I'm growing up and as I'm maturing, I feel like, I don't know if it's either I just don't care more or I am to my
Shoot.
feel like I'm being accepted.
Yep.
The more I'm like, whoever I am, whoever I know, whoever I learned myself as, the more people are just, oh, well, this is him. So, and I've really found a lot of solace in that, because it's less stressful.
Right.
It's, I'm more happy.
Yeah.
And people around me are more happy because, people can feel when you're like a little,
when you're not
on
yourself,
edge, or you're trying to be something you're not,
Have anybody
it's
else? Have you guys also?
I've had an agent who will remain nameless tell me, I walked in for a meeting and he said, it's funny now, but 6 years ago it was not. He said, yeah, never have your hair even all around. It makes your face look fat. And was he wrong or was he right? I don't think it made my face look fat, but it made my face look boyish, sure. But no, my mouth just dropped open and I was like, oh no, this is what people say.
Wow.
And now I have a complex and I'm like always fading my head.
Right. That would be the natural progression of that.
That's not true, Jay.
Yeah.
At all.
That's just not true.
We are no longer working together.
Needless to say.
Anybody else? Have you guys been like, oh, I'm going in for this audition. I need to get a fade for this, or I need to have this kind of something?
I mean, I've definitely shaved for auditions, clearly to like look younger or things like that. The role calls for. I don't know if I've changed my hair though.
Yeah.
I mean, I try to look good, but authentically good as myself. I know, like, it's so funny because I went in for an audition for some country something. And I remember like being there and I was just wearing like literally what I was wearing. Like I actually was wearing the flannel already since the top of the day. I'm like, I'm going to wear this flannel. But I looked down the line and like people look so crazy trying to be an idea of something that they so clearly were not. Like, like trucker hats and jean jackets and boots and, corn in their hands. And I'm just like, the minute you walk in, they're going to know that's not you, right? Like they're just going to, I'm just like, they're going to know that's not you. So I just think like the overall thing is you have to present your authentic self. Like that's the only way for people to know who you are and buy what it is you're even trying to sell. If you cover it up with all that bullshit, it's never going to work.
I think that
also, it's a superpower. Being your individual self is a superpower because literally no one else can be you better than you can.
Amen to
And
that.
vice versa. Vice versa. You can't be anybody else better than they can. So it's like you
Amen.
have no choice.
I'm
Amen.
gonna tell
And
you guys. I'm gonna tell you my trick though for dance calls. If ever I know I have to dance, I'll purposely have like a longer, loose style because it just
Love
makes
it.
everything. It makes everything look. Oh, it's great.
You said
Heard
I
that
grew
guy?
up with Jerry girl.
oh my gosh, that's actually a great
It's
tip.
like,
And I do that like as a woman. I'm like, oh, I need
Right.
my
Yeah,
like.
that's where I got it from.
Oh, I want to compliment you guys and just like point out, especially for those who are listening, like the things that you guys just said, especially in that last round, it goes past color, goes past like being just Black men. That is something like you guys who are at the top of your profession, working in the Broadway and beyond community. I think you have found so much success, and part of that is being your authentic self. Like color aside, when you are just like, this is who I am, I'm not gonna walk in with corn in my hand for this audition. Like I just going in and truly embracing who you are, no matter who, like whatever version of yourself that you choose to be is a superpower.
Sure.
Across
I think Noah said that that's like, and I think this applies to both auditions and in life. Like people, if they don't initially see it, they will initially see through the BS. Like if you are putting something on that is fraudulent, like I can attest to this 1,000 times over. People, it's like they can smell inauthenticity, and it just doesn't work well. You think it does until that moment, then you realize people are like, oh, this person is inauthentic, and then it's embarrassing, and then people can see through that.
Yeah.
So why waste your time? Just go straight to the meat.
Just go straight. All right, I have a couple more questions for you guys before I let you boys go. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I wanted to know, how would you guys, this is like purely hypothetical, how would you guys feel if Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, okay, they won the presidency. It's 2008. We are so, so happy. The world is great. Our president is Black. Okay. And Barack comes down the steps of the Capitol and he's got cornrows in his inauguration. What's your reaction? How do you feel about it? But they are like,
Thank God.
baby hairs are laid.
Not the baby hairs, Salisha.
No, okay. Well, I don't know about the baby hairs.
I don't know baby hairs.
To be honest, I would just be impressed that a middle-aged man had
Do you hear me?
cornrow.
Do you hear me?
It's hard.
It's hard. I would say
I would be
thank
very
God.
impressed.
You'd be
would
impressed?
love it.
You would
I would
love
be
it.
impressed. I don't think that he was president, but I would be impressed.
Oh my God. I would love who.
Really? I think that's fantastic. I asked the ladies, I was like, okay, you guys, it's inauguration day 08. Michelle Obama's walking down the steps with her natural hair. What happens next?
Yeah.
What did they say?
I love
Well, they were like, first of all, if she had her natural hair, she probably would not be first lady.
I agree wholeheartedly.
I think then
First
she
term.
wouldn't have.
I think maybe
Yeah.
second
Right.
term, it would be like, Michelle's natural, we're all going natural.
For sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Stacey Abrams is giving you a cute wash and go. it looks great. I love that it's natural. I really
And
do.
she is a
Yes,
superhero.
yes, yes.
Not a wash
my
and go.
The curls are
Wow.
there, the moisturize.
They're there.
Yes, honey.
All right,
Coconut oil.
I've got maybe one more question. Let's see. All right, so guys in New York City, I do feel that guys in New York, it really is a different breed. Even though New York is such a transplant, everyone is a transplant there. I feel like when you are there, everyone is just beautiful and just really not human. And I'm looking at you guys right now and I'm like, well, that's true. Is there an unspoken law? Is there an unspoken set of rules when it comes to attraction? And this can be an open-ended question. I mean, like, however you guys want to interpret it, whether it's attraction to the opposite sex or the same sex or attraction for yourself. Is there any unspoken, like,
I think if there's like I feel like there's like regions. Like I feel like there's like the Harlem look, there's the Hell Kitchen gay, there's the Brooklynite. You know what I mean? I feel like there's the Upper West Sider. I feel like there's like themes and regions, and people like lean into those vibes depending. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think.
Yeah.
okay.
I would agree with
Yeah.
that.
And even things like your beard. When I grew out my beard, I started getting attention from a different group of people than I normally got attention from.
Sure.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh.
Hair?
I'm just joking.
Yeah.
I love hair, like a full head of hair on a man. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like virility. I don't know, but I like. It also shows there's like a certain sense of you. Can I swear on this? I'll be good. There's like a certain sense of you kind of don't care. Not that you don't care, but I see whenever someone has longer hair, or maybe hair that's not conventional, I should say, I see a certain, you kind of go about life the way you choose to. And it's like really, men or women, it doesn't matter. It's very attractive to me because it kind of screams confidence. It doesn't even have to be length. It can be like purple, or it can just be unique, like to go about your way in the world, not really caring and knowing that whatever hurdle you have to face, that your hair might get in the way, you'll surmount, to me is very attractive.
Cute. Cute.
I like that.
Anybody else? Any unspoken? How about you, Josh?
It's hard to answer that question because there's a part of me, excuse me, there's a part of me that's like, I realize that there are spaces that if I look a certain way, I will be treated a certain way in New York City. It is unfortunate, and I hate that it is that reality. But I also, again, during this time period, I'm fully realizing as I sit more with myself that, like, if you have to enter into a space to be liked, then that's not the space for you. If you have to enter into a space to be and change to be liked, it's not the space for you.
Got it.
You know, it's like, and there are a lot of spaces like that in New York City. There are a lot of spaces like that in our industry that, like, again, if you talk a certain way, there are people that don't really care about like the tattoos that they have and the color of their hair. There are people that change it every single week, and they live in that strength, and that's wonderful. But then there are a lot of people that don't subscribe to that. So I don't know how to answer that question. I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna say, looking at y'all, I would be like, well, for me, I'm the woman. I'm like on the outside of you, like all the things. But when I look at you guys, in general, like men on Broadway and men in New York, maybe not everybody in New York, but like performers in New York, I'm like, everybody's body is killing it. Like,
Ooh, that's a whole new conversation to unpack.
I'm like, does everybody just have a six pack and muscles? Like, that is not normal for the whole country, you guys.
Now the six pack that's yet to be determined because it's COVID. Woo.
Okay, well. Well, yeah.
Wait, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Can I ask the room? If you all could have any hairstyle other than your own right now, what would it be?
Ooh, Jay.
I'll go. I would have dreads like down to my butt.
Ooh.
Just a long, rich red lace front. Just down.
Wait, would it be shaved on the sides or all over?
Oh, that's a good idea. I'd probably have a taper, just like a little bit. Yeah.
Full taper.
That's a great question. How about you guys?
I would wear just the biggest, just out here, like, fro. There's just like bounces when I walk, like all the time.
Yeah.
It's hard to
Really
maintain that, but like, I would wear that everywhere.
cute. Josh and Paris, an afro.
For sure.
Huge.
I've always wanted to grow into, and I've never been able to. Like my hair gets to a certain length, and then it just gets super curly. So
Right.
just, I just
We're gonna get you a wig. We'll get you a wig.
Just blow it out. Yeah.
We love.
I think I would have that like, oh, it's just hard to describe, but like a bunch of guys in London have it like that really tight, high and tight fade, but just like a little bit shaggy on the front, like on the top.
Cute.
Yeah, I think I probably have that one. I like that one.
That's cute. What about you, Dashaun?
I think I would probably try to rock like kind of like Noah's look, but with curly hair, like a little faux hockey type of deal with my curls. I think I would try to rock something like that.
That would be cute. And actually, that was a great question. I do have one more question. Sorry. Is there or is there not curl discrimination within males?
Oh, I haven't experienced it. Ask Dashaun though. He got the curls. I don't know.
I'm always.
I think a lot of men really understand hair because I barely do, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't know what kind of curl. I really don't. Honestly, Paris, you taught me a lot about how to take care of hair because my dad, I grew up with a Caesar and I would just put Afro Sheen in it. Truly until 2015, Afro Sheen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I learned a lot by watching Jay and Paris in the dressing room for sure.
And Dashaun, what were you going to say about that?
I think there's curl envy within people, but I don't know about curl discrimination.
Okay, I like that. It's a more positive, like curl, and because I know, like with women, it's like, and it's all beautiful, but society has told us that the kinkier it is, the more it's not, and that's not true. And we're like unlearning that. Like, it's okay to have like really, really tight curls, which back in the day we would call that nappy, and today, no, it's just a tighter curl, and so. They're like, we're trying to unlearn that. And so for boys, you guys, it sounds like it's more inclusive. It's not like that.
Yeah,
I don't think
so.
boys really, most guys don't really know, like, they just see curls. They're like, oh, nice curl.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
There is discrimination for people that have like better lineups and like better fades for sure.
Now,
you come into the theater and you don't gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and your line going like this.
yeah,
right. Men are savage about a cut. Oof.
Savage.
Yeah, that's very true.
You guys, I love you so much. Thank you.
I love you.
Thank you, Salisha. We love you.
This is
so dope.
awesome. I love you guys so much. Thank you for spending the time.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Oh, thank you. Oh, stop. You shouldn't have.